Hello and welcome to On Wrist Reaction. My name is Blake Bettner, managing editor of Worn and Wound.
I'm Zach Weiss, co-founder of Worn and Wound.
This is the series where we take a first look at watches that are new to the office and give our honest first impressions. We have 3 watches today that span from kind of traditional to kind of strange to cool. I don't know, they're all cool in their own way. We are going to start with a new watch from BOLDR. This is called the Venture Singularity. It's very black, as you can see.
Yes.
This is really kind of playing into a certain way. The inspiration.
That's the theme of the watch.
A black hole.
It's really black.
The black hole that's at the center of the galaxy that we are in currently, the Milky Way, Sagittarius A, I think it's called. So you can see this watch takes that to 2 extremes. There are no markings, there are no numerals. It's all black.
Yeah.
The Venture Singularity. What do you think of this?
It's not the first like blacked out, quote unquote murdered out, as they used to say, watch, but you know, this one goes the extra minimalist route and takes off all markings for that sort of, you know, kind of coy play on legibility, if you will. Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, does this watch use some sort of like extra dark pigment or something on the dial? Yes,
it's a paint that is supposedly absorbs, I think it's like 99.4% of all light. Okay. So I think there's another material that's at use that is in the media, the mainstream, that absorbs a little bit more than that. Yeah. But it's the same thing. Like it's under a crystal, just like that, right? So this has like the purplish kind of AR coating. Yeah. So you know, from our eyes perspective, you know, it's still very black. It's nice that it's at least as black as the case. I guess it's probably darker even than the case, and I have seen watches made with this other pigment that is out there, and one thing that I've noted about those is that you really can almost not see shadows on that dial, which makes quite the difference. So you get this effect of the hands just sort of magically floating above it. And granted, we're under very hot lights right now, so under like more average lighting it might be dull, but I do see the shadows here, so I'm not quite getting that full effect. Yeah. But as I tilt it towards me, the hands and everything, they sort of disappear and you're just left with that kind of orange block. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're not looking to spend the money on those other watches, I mean, this is what, under 500 bucks? Yes. Yeah. Under 500 bucks. It's titanium. Yeah, so it's a BOLDR Venture, which I'm very familiar with. These are, you know, 38 millimeter, 200 meter titanium watches with NH35 automatics, I believe, in them, sapphire crystals. And actually, this is the titanium bracelet version, and you know, just an aside, I haven't really actually played with their bracelet too much. That is a really nice little titanium bracelet. Like it has a nice feel to it. It moves nicely. Yeah, there's not a lot of jank in this watch. I mean, especially considering the price, this is a lot of watch. And if you're really into the kind of like abstract black theme that's going on here, this will be right up your alley. Of course, there are plenty of other ventures that have numbers. Yeah, and it's an oddball watch for sure. It's fun though. I mean, it's so exactly what it is. You know, it is as minimal of a dial as it gets to the literally. There's nothing there. So like, if you want to watch it, you can read at a glance. It's not that watch, but if you want that effect, it's there for you. I'm just noticing the counterweight of the second hand has that little BOLDR logo. Oh, would you like that? Graph? I don't know. Nice touch. I like it. Yeah, a little bit of branding. Oh yeah, it's also sterile. You don't think about that because there's no branding on the front of the watch. Awesome. So that's kind of the opportunity they took. Yeah. Very cool watch. We'll have a link to more on this on the website right now. Switching gears into something a bit different. This is the wildly different. This is the Vulcain Cricket here. So this is a watch as we record this. I think it's just been released. Yeah, it's like launching today. Launching today. So Vulcain obviously has been around for a while. They've gone through various phases of restructuring, and now they're kind of coming out again on the back of this Cricket, arguably their most famous model. Oh, certainly. I mean, you know, even their other notable models I think had crickets in them. Like the Cricket movement is the Vulcain signature, and why is it called the Cricket? Shall we? Okay, are we ready for this? We're gonna give it a little demo. Let's see if we can get this thing to. Let's see if we can get this thing to go. We spent about 2 seconds with these. There you go. It's a Cricket. It's a Cricket. It's a Cricket. It's loud enough to hear.
That's loud. That was loud.
I don't know if I'd say it's like it's certainly you wouldn't want this to surprise go off in the middle of the night if you had it on your like drawer or something like that.
Well, that's honestly, you know, it's so silly, but like I think I like the concept of alarm watches perhaps a little bit more than the act, like literally having them in my possession, because if I were to say have this on my bedside table, like I have dropped my phone in the morning, I've swiped it off the bedside, like it would I'd probably break the watch, to be blunt with you. So, you know,
happy to do so if it was waking up.
I know, it's like smash it against the wall. And these are very nice watches, obviously, and they're not inexpensive watches either. I mean, these are between 4 and 5K, I believe. You know, because this is an in-house Swiss-made movement. So that's, you know, Vulcain, the previous incarnation was actually closer to a 10K sort of base price watch, 7 to 10. I think they still have the same manufacturer, but sort of new people at the helm. And obviously they're going for a traditional vintage Vulcain look, because this is basically a recreation.
And yeah, they nail that, the look of it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a vintage Vulcain. There's like, it's to the point of being there's like nothing unexpected about it. It looks like a vintage watch.
Yeah,
you know?
it does. And these are I think they come in 36 all the way to like maybe 41.
Oh really? Yeah. This is a 39 though, I believe.
Yeah, this looks like a 39 to me.
Do a little on wrist.
Let's get that thing on wrist. So yeah, and then while you're doing that, I'll kind of show how it works. So you pull the crown out to adjust the time, which only goes one way, by the way, like you normally would. If you press this button in, the crown pops out into a secret position. And that is what allows you to manipulate the alarm hand. So, and then when the hour hand comes along and catches that hand, is when it goes off.
Yeah.
So.
And that... and then the way that works is obviously that pointer not only indicates the hour it is within, but also the minute, because it's not like a minute segment. And then you'll see within each hour is 10, 30, 50. So, you know, it shows you essentially where the segments are, because you are also, it's like a one-handed watch for the alarm. And that wears well. I mean, I'd love to see the 36. I think it'd probably be even more my speed, given especially the aesthetic of this. But
yeah, if you're going to go this direction visually, especially this dial, I think the 36 is probably the way to go here. Yeah, it looks great on the wrist, though. These are super handsome watches. Yeah.
Exciting to see them come back. I think that's the real...
It's exciting to see them come back. They have some really seriously cool, funky even watches in their back catalog that they could go back. Decompression timer dive watch comes to mind that also used an alarm. There's some really cool stuff here. So overall, really happy to see these kind of back in the fold. This is the Vulcain Cricket. We have more on this watch.
Back real quick?
Yeah. So you can see, it's got these kind of open cavities to let the sound reverberate through there. I'm no sound expert, but I would imagine that's what those are for.
Oh yeah, certainly. Still 50 meter water resistance.
And 50 meter water resistance. So.
Yeah. That was my favorite. It's like it's a hole through the case back, so you know, gotta check that. Gotta check that. Yeah.
The Speedmaster doesn't have any holes in its case, and it's still 50 meters.
Don't go there.
What's going on here? What is that? Okay.
Different video.
So that's the Vulcain Cricket. We have more on that watch on the site right now. Okay, so this last watch you have not seen.
I haven't seen. I don't even know what we're about to talk about.
So this is a watch we've reviewed one. Zach Kazan reviewed one not too long ago. This is the Isotope. This is a new watch from Isotope. So.
Okay.
Here we go here. It's got what looks to be a bronze case, kind of a forest green dial with a black center section. So you remember we had one of these in the office and it felt, I don't want to say ham-fisted, but it definitely lacked a little bit of elegance in some of the finer details. This seems to have cleaned up on a lot of those.
This is a bit more of a conservative looking watch from them, actually. I mean, they've had a handful of dive watches in the last several months, which I think have been very popular, but I don't know, the word cartoonish comes to mind, but that sounds like an insult, but that's not how I mean it. It's like there's like a boldness, sort of a softness to some of the features, and they feel very outlined in caricature, and like this just feels much more like a sort of traditional sport watch of some kind. You know, I'm getting
kind of field watch vibes.
Field Flieger watch, and you have the large Roman sword hands on there, sort of between them. I like what they're doing here with the chapter ring a lot. So that's like, it's a tall chapter ring that's printed on the inside and then also on the top side, and that is like up against the crystal, like almost flush. So you're really, you know, it's very clear and it's very like right there. It's very present, you know?
Yeah, this is a really cool detail, and I'm just noticing that as you said, I hadn't noticed that it's a tall structure that's printed on both sides. Very cool effect there. And then what do you think of the kind of two different colors in the middle and that shape that's kind of recessed into it?
So I think that shape has sort of become their signature. I don't know if they have a name for that or anything, but like it seems to be present on their other watches. And I'm a sucker for watches that have two tones on them, and so this is definitely speaking to me. And I like the subtlety of these colors here. It's black in the center, and then like a truly deep forest green that like I imagine in some light would just look black as well. Yeah. And there's a texture to it,
like a pebbled.
Yeah, a rough texture. I like it. I don't know. This is an unexpected. Excuse me while I try it on.
Yeah, I think it's a really sharp watch. The shape in the middle is almost like the lobe of a cam. Is this what it reminds me of?
Yeah. No. Totally. Yeah.
And as the minute hand moves, I'm just seeing that there is a date window.
There is a date window, or a 3.
So what is that? Yeah, it looks like maybe 40 millimeters.
Yeah, that feels like a 40. Yes, it's nice. You know, I feel like I haven't put on just like another like a pilot's watch kind of riff in a little while, and this is nice. This is different enough. I feel like I got a little bit tired of sort of seeing the same things over and over again, and this feels variant enough on the theme to be I don't know, just a little different. Oh, it says Great Britain on the bottom by 6. There you go.
Yeah, another really sharp watch. I like these two. I really like their kind of funky design language. So it's kind of fun to see it in a slightly toned down version. I think those divers have lots of colors on them, and they're very bright and vibrant.
This will look really nice with some patina. I mean, it's already getting there a little bit. Like, this doesn't look like the freshest bronze case. Like, you know, it's probably a prototype. It's been just touched a handful of times, so it's not got that like sheen to it of something brand new. Yeah. But I mean, you know, it's a very coppery bronze. So it's probably CUSN8, I believe. And yeah, that'll get nice and murky and funky, and that'll look really nice with these warm tones and that green.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I agree. I like this watch a lot. Nice job, Isotope here. We will have a full review of this going live relatively soon if it's not up yet, so keep an eye out for that, and we'll link to our prior review from Zach Kazan before. So, all right, your pick of the bunch. What are you going with here?
Oh, geez.
What's the winner?
Oh, I didn't get to put on the spot here. You know, I mean, just on the table, probably the Isotope, just because I don't have a bronze watch, and I am, like I said, a sucker for two-tone. This feels like the kind of watch I would just, you know, want to throw on, you know, on a very casual day. So yeah, it kind of just grabs me instinctually, perhaps. And you? And
yeah, I'm going the same route. This thing I like a lot more than I was expecting to, and it kind of hits on a lot of notes that I really enjoy. And so, yes, Isotope. That's our pick. What do you think of these watches? Let us know down in the comments. Which one would you take? What do you think of these crickets? What do you think of that sound?
No slouches on the table, though. No slouches.
Yeah, they're all pretty cool.
Look at that.
This would be a pretty
3 watch collection.
This would be a diverse 3 watch collection that I think would be pretty cool. Yeah. But we want to know what you think. Let us know down below if you would like to see more in-depth reviews or have any questions about any of them. Let us know as well. If you have any watches you'd like to see us react to, let us know. If you like this content, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, thanks for tuning in. Take care.
Thank you.